Every February for many years, local churches and synagogues gathered to hold special services to mark Abraham Lincoln's birthday. Originally, this building was the home of the first Christian church of Urbana, and in February 1911, one of the first major events ever held here was a gathering of the local Lincoln Legion. While the sermons and lectures were typically character studies of our 16th president, the subject that year was controversial: temperance. Lincoln would have understood that sometimes a church could be a good place to discuss social and political issues. Indeed, one of his most important speeches was given in West Urbana Church in 1856. That summer, while he was in town for a special court session, news of the first national convention of the Republican Party filtered into town, carrying word that he had, amazingly, come in second on an informal first ballot for vice president. A few days later, at the Goose Pond Church, Lincoln spoke in front of a political rally for John Fremont, the Republican candidate for president, pledging to devote considerable of his time to the work of electing Fremont. As the Urbana Union noted, as a persuasive and convincing speaker, the equal of Mr. Lincoln cannot be found. From this start, Lincoln went on to campaign around the state for the Republican ticket, further bolstering his national stature in the new party. 55 years later, when hundreds gathered here to celebrate Lincoln's birthday, the first Christian church had recently moved into this building. When it was dedicated in May 1910, a local newspaper described it as different from any church in the city. It was designed by Joseph Royer and stands as one of his finest works. The contrast with the Romanesque Champaign County Courthouse, which he completed only 10 years earlier, is striking. Here Royer experimented with a new prairie style that Frank Lloyd Wright did so much to popularize in Illinois. Another unusual feature was the extensive use of movable room dividers and sliding doors, allowing the congregations to convert the Sunday school rooms into one large auditorium. Royer also used an innovative building material, concrete block, that many thought would revolutionize the construction industry, since it was fireproof, cheaper than brick, and easily manufactured. Royer had already used concrete block in his design for the local U.S. Post Office in 1906, leading a local writer to comment that a great many are waiting to see whether the cement blocks are practical in inclement weather. Were they practical? This church building is now 100 years old. There is a connection between the Goose Pond Church, where Lincoln spoke in 1856, and the first Christian church. In 1968, the two congregations merged to form the Community United Church of Christ, which would be located in Champaign. Since 1978, this sanctuary has been the home of the Canaan Baptist Church.